Hi all, let us discuss convolution in discrete time domain. Okay, I hope you guys can see the question. Find the convolution sum of x1 of n, which is alpha power n multiplied by u of n, with the condition that magnitude of alpha is less than 1. That means to say, if alpha is complex number, its magnitude should be less than 1. Its range is between, or when you take the magnitude of value of alpha, you should get less than 1. Okay, next, x2 of n is beta power n x of n, with the magnitude of beta is lesser than 1. Okay, so now they are asking us to convolve, right, between these two signals. So how will you write? Y of n is equals to x1 of n convolved with x2 of n, right? Yeah. So what is the formula for convolution? This is summation k tending from minus infinity to plus infinity, x1 of k multiplied by x2 of n minus k or minus k plus 1. This I am writing minus k plus 1 because there is a possibility of getting confusion while plotting. So I am writing it like this: minus k plus n instead of n minus k. They are same, right? N minus k is nothing but minus k plus n, right? Yeah. So now x1 of n, what we need first is x1 of k, right? So how will you write x1 of k? We know x1 of, right, x1 of n. So we know x1 of n, which is equals to alpha power n u of n. So what we want is x1 of k. So replace n by k, you will get x1 of k. So you are replacing n by k, right? So in this term also you have to change the value of n to k, alpha power k u of k. Okay, now we need to plot this one. Okay, alpha power k and u of k. Okay, so we will plot alpha power k. If I ask you to plot this graph for alpha power k, what you will do? Alpha will be having some value, right? They have given the condition this is less than 1, so you can assume value of alpha to 0.5 or 0.6, 0.7, whichever is convenient to you. And u of k, we know how to write u of k, right? There is no connection between these points. Okay, this is just single samples at 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so I am just varying the value of k from -3 to 3 in order to plot alpha power k. So this is what the values I got, right? So as you increase the value of k, you can see as you increase the value of k from -3 to 3, your amplitude value is decreasing, right? So amplitude value is decreasing as we increasing the value of k. Okay, this is no need to write this from here to here in the exam, because this is just to show how this alpha power k multiplied with u of k looks like. Okay, so this is u of k now, this is alpha power k now. So when you multiply this, what you will get in the left, that means to say in the negative value of k, your u of k is 0, right? When you multiply 0 with these values, you will get 0, right? So here you are getting 0. Okay, no doubts. Yeah, now at 0, value of uk is 1 and this is also 1. So what is the amplitude value? 1 into 1 is 1. So 1 into 0.5 is 0.5, like that. So this is the main thing you need to know. Whenever there is a multiplication of alpha power k with alpha lesser than 1 and greater than 0, you can write this plot directly. Okay, so I have just explained how this graph came. Okay, no need to write this part. Like you can see my mouse, right? no need to write this part, okay, in the exam. You can, from here you can directly write this thing, okay. Next, what you have to find? X2 of minus k plus n, right? So we know x2 of n, right? We know x2 of n. So what we have to find? x2 of minus k plus n. So x2 of minus k plus 1, replace n by minus k plus n. You will get this one, beta 4 n minus k, u of n minus k. I am replacing n by minus k plus n. Here also you can write minus k plus n. There is no change, right? Beta 4 minus k plus n is nothing but beta 4 n minus k, and u of minus k plus n is nothing but u of n minus k, because n minus k is nothing but minus k plus n. Okay. Now we have to plot. We have already plotted x1 of k. Now we have to plot this one, x2 of minus k plus n. So I have to find out now our main x-axis values is of k, not n, okay. N is just some variable, okay. It can take some positive or negative values, but we are on minus, we are on k axis, okay. Don't forget that. So what we have to do, first we need to find x2 of k. So that is, to find x2 of minus k plus n, first we have to find x2 of k, and then x2 of minus k, and then shift it by plus n, okay. N can be positive or negative, okay. So x2 of k, listen this carefully, okay. This is the point where everyone goes wrong in exam, okay. So x2 of k is beta power k u of k, so there is no doubt. So as same as alpha power k, beta power k also will be decreasing, exponentially decreasing as you increase the value of k, okay. It will be decreasing like this, okay. Now we have to multiply it with u of k. Similar here, there is no connection, okay. This is just single samples in here. So when you multiply this, you will get beta power k u of k, just like this, okay. So we found out x2 of k, okay. How x2 of k looks like we know, okay. We now know this. So now what is the next thing? We have to find x2 of minus k. So what is minus k? We are reversing time, right? So if x2 of k, beta power k u of k is this one, then beta power minus k u of minus k, that means to say x2 of minus k is just the reverse of this thing, right? So I have just reversed it. So it is at 0 it is this one, at 1 it has some value, and 2 will become minus 2. At that time it is having this amplitude, and 3 will become minus 3, and at that time it is having this amplitude here, okay. So it will be continuing like this, like this is also decreasing from year to year. So x2 of minus k is looking like this. So we found x2 of minus k. Next what we have to do, we have to add n, okay. So what will become now, what the graph will become? So x2 of minus k is this one. If you add plus 1, what will happen? Plus 1, it will right shift by 1, right? And if you add plus 2, it will right shift by 2. If you add minus 1, it will left shift by minus 1. That means it will left shift by 1 step. And if you have minus k minus 2, it will left shift by 2 units, okay. It will start from here. If you do minus k minus 2, okay, from here it will start minus 2, okay. So similarly like that, if you add plus n, what will happen? It will start from n, right? Yeah. If you are adding 1, it will start from 1. If you add 2, it will start from 2 and goes like this. So in the same way, if you add n, it will start from n and goes like this, correct, right? So n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, and so on. So this is the main important graph. So we don't know value of n now, right? Yes. So there are conditions now, okay. When the value of n is less than 0, so this is the main thing we have to perform now, right? So we have found out x1 of graph for x1 of k and graph for x2 of minus k plus n. Now we have to perform multiplication between these two graphs and we have to sum the result, right? Yeah. So now when the value of n is less than 0, what is the output you are getting? I forgot to mention the units. Okay, so this is same like these units, n minus 1 and so on. So if the value of n is less than 0, in the sense minus 1, if the value of just for example, if the value of n is minus, just to show this case, okay, n is, when n is less than 0, n can take n value, right? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, anything like that. So I am just considering if it is minus 1, so this is start from minus 1, this will become minus 2, this point will become minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on, right? So when you multiply this, there is no common point, right? It has started from minus 1, but this graph has started from 0. This is positive, starting from 0, but this is negative. When you multiply these two, what you will get? You will get 0, right? So convolution is 0 when n is lesser than 0. Okay. Next, when n is greater than 0, this is the graph you will get. Okay, because you have to shift x2 of minus k by n units, right? Plus n. If you are writing plus n here, x2 of minus k plus n, your graph will look like this. Okay, yeah. So now when you multiply, you are multiplying this with this, right? In first case you have multiplied these two, you got 0 as the output. In the second case you are multiplying this graph with this graph. So at this value, like when k is lesser than 0, you are having some values here, some small values. Okay, it is decreasing like this, right? So you are having some small values here, but there is no value in x1 of k, right? So when you multiply these two, you are getting 0, right? Next, for k greater than 0, you are having some samples of this function, right? Similarly, you are also having some values in for this function, alpha power k u of k. When you multiply these two things now, so what is the summation limits? It is starting from 0, because less than 0 it is 0, right? So I am starting from 0 and ending with n, because after n there is no samples from this function, right? So even though there is a values in this graph, when you multiply those two things, you will get 0. So summation is converges to from 0 to n. So alpha power k, u of k is there, but in that range the value of u of k is 1, right? For in this range value of k, u of k is 1, right? And similarly u of n minus k is also there, but for this range the value of them is 1, right? So I am not writing the u of k and u of n minus k, because for this range those values are 1. Okay, so now this summation is by varying the value of k, right? So n will be constant, so I am splitting b power n minus k as b power n multiplied by b power minus k. So I am taking b power n common and I am writing the remaining things. B power minus k is there, alpha power k into b power minus k. If you take beta power minus k down, it will become beta power plus k. Now alpha by beta whole power k is the final expression for this. I hope you know the expression, like how to solve this expression. Summation k from tending from 0 to n, alpha by beta power k with these values lesser than 1 is this one. Okay, 1 minus a, if you consider this as a, so I will write a alpha by beta is our a now, multiplied power n plus 1, whatever the maximum limit n, and then plus 1 to that, divided by 1 minus a. The value of a is alpha by beta in this case. Okay, so I hope you understood. Okay, if you have any questions or doubts regarding this convolution in discrete time domain, you can just ping me. Okay, I will solve that question. Thank you for watching.